What brought you guys out this morning? Were you planning to come down here?
Yeah, so we originally wanted to go to the inauguration, but we're unable to get tickets due to the Capitol riots and COVID and stuff. So we kind of wanted to come around, see this historic moment.
What's your kind of reaction to the security presence and where you can and cannot go?
Yeah, honestly, a little bit crazy. So we go to school in the city, and so just seeing like a bunch of military and National Guard on campus is definitely really crazy to see, I'd say. And just the fact that nobody's on the streets is also just insane. It's always super busy, so crazy time.
It's weird to go to Whole Foods and be like doing my grocery shopping, like surrounded by military. Like not anything I thought would happen, but I don't think it's like necessarily bad. Like it's better than like violence. So, but it's just really weird. But I don't think it's like necessarily bad.
Well, I guess it's 2021. Or is it? Seems more like a Corona encore. A variety of flavor in the form of variants. Those 2020 leftovers in the fridge that have your name written on them. Not because they were so delicious you had to save some for later, but because funds are low and diapers were designed for infant irregularity and incontinence, not for people's faces. So even the thought of a store run poses a threat to one's dignity every time you step through the mechanical doors as you wrap Huggies around your jaws. I'm currently listening to the Shades of Blue album by Madlib as I write this. It brings me back to a time of normalcy and simplicity, when people were still, for the most part, people, and not avatars or 3D printed versions of human beings, projections of Netflix series characters splashed against apartment walls, emitting that small brain energy, still smelling like burning plastic peeled fresh off the press. Yes, 2021 is not merely 2020's second overtime, it's 2020 2.0, bedazzled, de-trumped, and properly Bidened with all the accoutrements: fake people, fake politics, fake science, false reality. A message to the postmodern day mannequin. How does it feel to be some big tech millionaire's personal joystick, where your every action is nudged and directed via corporate offices and delusional non-governmental organizations? Your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, ambitions aren't even your own. Well, I guess no longer do you have to put thought into this sort of thing because authentic thinking, things like logic and reason, are of the old world. And today, all of these things are conveniently provided for you by way of groupthink dynamics structured within algorithm-based virtual communities and nouveau speech re-education. New cultural norms with new rules and regulations. The world is just a better place this way. Or is it? Perhaps this idea is solely an emotional appeal conjured by deep-rooted insecurities and personal issues. Possibly, everyone on Earth doesn't think the same and desires the same utopian vision of inclusion and nicety. You know, some people don't give a damn about what you think, or what you want, or how you feel. And that's okay. Without this reality, all becomes nothing. A type of non-reality. A dereliction, a decorated state of nothingness becomes her. So it's not that this new era provides progress, diversity in thinking, or evolution in culture. It simply mutes all that which makes humans special, different. The boundaries of human individualism and personage. The respected boundaries of reason, faith, personal thought, desire, and deed. Hence our current social dilemma, a society of echoes and icons. You are a mere reflection of influence, a reaction, an empty element of the crowd blowing in the wind, depersonalized, derealized, ignorant yet arrogant, a know-it-all yet aimless, and in desperate need of direction. Now compound this example and extend it to an entire mass of bewildered and beguiled citizens. Even using the term democracy is psychotic at this point. We are now witnessing the results of the term overamplification, the logical conclusion to exponential progress, so-called. Information glut. Too much contact, too much attention, stimulation, too much of everything. Overstimulation begets desensitization, not to mention disorganization or disorder. Currently, we see these results affecting the population mentally on a larger and larger scale. Compulsive, avoidant, and obsessive, and for sake of escape, we discover a comfortably numb generation. A general somnolence is clouding the public mind. As we all grow so confused, so distracted, so preoccupied and anxious, we seek a type of alpha wave state of sleep. In my view, and I maintain, our current society is undergoing a mass wave of techno-trauma, enduring and sustained abuse by way of brain rewiring technological exposure. What I find interesting is that the psychological effects of this trauma seem to mirror those of other forms of trauma, such as physical, sexual, and emotional. For instance, the rise in depression, anxiety, attention and eating disorders, narcissism, and drug abuse, for example. The result of exponential technological progress within a finite population of mortal human beings suggests these two realities do not organically coalesce. As our society buys the farm and engineers intercept our food supply, we all are too emotionally fixated to properly think about these things. As our heads spin, we sit motionless, stagnant, taken by the awe of austerity and its 21st century false sense of liberation and security. Trust the experts, follow the science. Stuck, the mind and the body as a backed up pipe, constipated, as our bowels and neural pathways hoard a concoction of dopamine and corn syrup. A true witch's brew. Spiritual death embraces what's left of this glib and illusory place. We are all somewhat guilty and victim, friend and foe of ourselves and others. The flesh rears its ugly head. The natural man once again proves to be as simple as the sugars that glaze his morning pastry, or his nightly blue light before bed nightcap, rotting him from the insides out. 2021, the year of the pleb. Is it me, or does everything seem to be moving at breakneck speeds? The dizzying velocity of it all suggests a deeper deception is occurring behind the world. As coincidence theorists roll their eyes beneath the wool, the good news is that the truth shall rise above it all and shall set you free. But for now, I guess we have to deal with the ongoing stream of lies and the manipulation of the muddled masses, and the speed at which the spin doctors diagnose mankind, the quick and instantaneous nature of the virtual abyss, unfit for healthy human habitation. As McLuhan presciently stated, from his work The Global Village, page 129, Right. The bad news is that all persons, whether or not they understand the process of computerized high-speed data transmission, will lose their old private identities. What knowledge there is will be available to all. So, in that sense, everybody will be nobody. Everyone will be involved in robotic role-playing, including those few elitists who interpret or manage large-scale data patterns and thus control the functions of a speed-of-light society. The more quickly the rate of information exchange speeds up, the more likely we will all merge into a new robotic corporate entity, devoid of true specialism, which has been the hallmark of our old private identities. The more information one has to evaluate, the less one knows. Specialism cannot exist at the speed of light. The more information one has to evaluate, the less one knows. Fascinating.
Together, serving education.